Hello everyone and welcome back. Striking the right work-life balance is a conscious effort and I'm learning how to do it better. Taking care of myself on weekends is non-negotiable for me. Whether it's giving my skin a pampering session, going on a weekend outing, or spending time watching Netflix or reading, I genuinely treat weekends as my time off. When I know I work hard every day, making the most of weekends and giving myself a much deserved break becomes my priority because let's be real, both body and mind needs fuel too. If not exactly the same, I try to wake up around the same time as usual to technically extend my weekends and get some extra time for myself. Karthik is also a big supporter of my free time on weekends and takes full responsibility for the kids. Since he gets less time with them during weekdays, he also makes the most of being with them on weekends.
It looks so nice.
Jumping from cliffs so
Can't
high,
find it.
trusting
This
our
I
wings
had
to
done on
fly.
my own.
It was breakfast time and I had soaked some sabudana for today's breakfast. It's been a while since we had sabudana khichdi and when I mentioned it, Karthik and Rutvi immediately loved the idea. I'll be making herb sabudana today because it adds a great layer of flavors and makes the regular sabudana healthier and more delicious. I'll start by dry roasting some peanuts. I have a lot of meal prepping to do, but I'll save that for some weekday. Instead of starting randomly, I make a list and batch meal prep to reduce my time, effort, and confusion. To make this sabudana, you need lots of green herbs. I usually add mint, coriander, and curry leaves, but today I'm out of curry leaves, so I'll use just coriander and mint. Here is a small trick to remove mint leaves in one go. Hold the stem at the top and drag all the leaves downwards. This makes the whole plucking process faster. After washing the herbs, I'll chop them finely along with one green chili. I am using a chopper as I like it coarsely chopped, but you can also blend them in a mixer jar for finer chopping. I have shared this same recipe before in one of my previous vlogs and you all loved it. For a slight twist and to make the breakfast more filling, I'll also add a bit of paneer to the sabudana. The peanuts are roasted, so I'll lightly crush them in a mortar and pestle. Prep is done and now it's assembly time. In a large mixing bowl, I'll add the chopped peanuts and soaked sabudana and mix well. For flavor, I'll add black pepper, salt, a little bit of sugar and give it one last mix. The weather is nice these days, so Karthik decided to take the kids to the society park to get some sun. Now that the prep is done, it's cooking time. In a pot, I'll add oil and roast some peanuts again. Sabudana tastes amazing with lots of peanuts. To add to this nuttiness, I'll also add mixed seeds, then cumin seeds and mustard seeds and mix until the seeds crackle. Next, I'll add the paneer and toast it until it turns slightly golden brown. Once the paneer is done, I'll add the chopped herb mixture and cook it for just 10 seconds. Now I'll grate a lot of ginger as it really enhances the flavor. And finally, I'll add the sabudana mix. I'll cook this whole thing for 6 to 7 minutes until the sabudana pearl turns translucent. Once done, I'll add the lemon juice and the sabudana khichdi is ready. Serve hot with some pomegranate and a flavorful breakfast is ready. After running around in the park, the kids were also hungry and enjoyed this hot breakfast a lot.
when we wake.
On weekends, I pick a few different chores. This also brings a nice change to my daily routine and it helps keeps things tidy and clean. Today I wanted to scrub my tawa since oil and grease has started accumulating in the corners. The best way to clean iron is to sprinkle some salt and scrub it on a slightly hot tawa with the lemon. This helps cut through the grease and makes cleaning much easier.
With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no.
Once done, I did a normal scrubbing and washing of the tawa with dishwashing liquid and it looks so much better now. Since I'm on a cleaning spree, I decided to quickly deep clean my gas stove also.
Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through and
Food particles get stuck in the nooks and corners, so a good scrub is needed now and then. Cleaning is very therapeutic for me, and once I start, it's hard to pull me away from it.
call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future.
I usually begin small and end up expanding my tasks. But today, I decided not to go overboard since it's the weekend and we have other plans.
We don't need no more. Even in the hard time, you and I can weather any storm.
After a quick shower and change, it was time to step outdoors and enjoy some fun weekend time with family and indulge in something other than mundane. Delhi hosts so many events throughout the year, and today we headed to the most amazing book fair that takes place every year around this time. Rutvi was really excited about the book fair, and so was I. Although I had no idea what I would find or if I would even buy anything, I was still looking forward to the experience. While I was there, I thought I would take you all along to share a glimpses of what was happening and how it actually looked. This is the best time of the year in Delhi weather-wise. Our friends were also joining us And after about 45 minutes, we arrived at Bharat Mandapam, where the huge book fair was being held from February 1st to 9th. The last time I visited this book fair when I was a kid, and I only remembered parts of the visit. So it was even more exciting for me to see the changes and differences. It was the weekend and also the last day of the fair, so the place was quite crowded. There were multiple halls dedicated for different genre of books, but we were more interested in the kids section, which was in hall 6. We quickly had a glimpse of the setup and decided to have lunch first since it was already lunchtime and kids were very hungry. There were open food stalls arranged in the outdoor area, and after browsing, we ordered some food. I ordered a Rajasthani thali for myself, which Karthik and I decided to share. It was good, but the excess oil was a bit of a turn off for me. For the kids, we ordered pizza, and we also got some other food items for our friends. Having food outdoors felt like a mini picnic, and the kids loved it. After lunch, we headed straight to the hall. Inside, there were multiple stalls from different publishers. We hopped from one stall to another, exploring the various books available. The kids were thrilled to see so many books, and watching them flip through the pages was so satisfying. I also got lost in the books and checked out a few for myself. I even found some cookbooks that looked very interesting. Apart from the book stalls, there was a separate kids zones with activity like story narration, a young author's corner, a coloring zone, and more. Experiencing this book fair was not only fun but also gave us a refreshing experience, making the weekend feel well spent. We did buy several books, which I'll show you in a bit. After the fair, we headed back straight to home. Karthik went to buy some fruits and took the kids along, while I wanted to rest a little before starting to cook the dinner. I made myself a hot cup of green tea, and while taking my break, I decided to show you all the books we picked up. Starting with the kids' book, we got many storybooks. Rutvi is now 8 years and at a stage where she's ready to read longer stories. So I decided to buy her some mini novel-like books this time. Then I got a Hindi and English storybook for Dhairya, as well as some bedtime story books that both Rutvi and Dhairya enjoy picking out each night. I was also excited to find new bedtime stories as I was getting bored of narrating the same ones every time. There were also some pre-loved books and we picked a Disney book from that section. The kids have seen a few cartoons on TV and reading the same stories in book form will help them visualize the stories better. Next, I bought 3 cookbooks for myself. I'm always on a lookout for simple recipes, so I found this 5 ingredient cookbook quite interesting. It has different sections to choose from and there are some great recipes that I'm excited to try. The next one is about superfoods. The author discusses superfood at length in the first part of the book and share many recipes related to them. Some of the recipes are very simple with short ingredient list which will be fun to combine to create new dishes and tastes. I was a bit unsure about this next one because other than me, no one else in my house eats chili. But I still bought it since it was in the pre-loved section and cost only 100 rupees. It has some spicy recipes that literally made my mouth water. The food images in the cookbook are so appetizing that you would want to cook everything from the book. I also found some great salad recipes in this one, so it seemed like a fair deal. Lastly, I bought 2 self-help motivational books for myself. I have heard a lot about these books and was excited to find them there. I love motivational books, and instead of scrolling endlessly on my phone, this year I want to focus on reading good books. The other one is a bestseller and my sister recommended it. She suggested that I read it because it can change the way we think about money. Overall, the book fair was great. We found some wonderful books and there was a wide range of options. I was really happy with the picks I made. Have you read any of these books yourself? Or please let me know in the comments which one book I should definitely read in 2025 and why. It would be really helpful to me and other readers who are looking for a good book to dive into. It was dinner time, and after a heavy lunch, we wanted to have something healthy and simple. So I decided to make quinoa sprout salad with broccoli soup. I had soaked some quinoa earlier in the evening, which I would now cook by boiling. I used 1:1.5 ratio of quinoa to water for cooking. Karthik loves having soup and salad at night, but for Dhairya, I made a paneer paratha later. While the quinoa is boiling, I'll prep for the soup and start by peeling some garlic pods. I once went to the vegetable market and saw someone breaking off the broccoli stem, unaware that the stem is equally nutritious. So, if you also cut and throw it away, here is a simple way to cut the broccoli and use as much of it as possible, including the stem. Start by removing the extra leaves and cleaning the stem. Next, cut the florets from the stem using a knife. Now last part is the stem, and for this peel off the outer layer. It might be a bit tough, but we are aiming for a soft inner layer as this layer is absolutely edible. Once the outer layer is removed, chop the stem into small pieces and use it in any dish. Chopping is done, so the next step is to cook the broccoli mixture for the soup. In a kadai, I'll add 1 teaspoon of butter and 1 teaspoon of olive oil. While that heats up, I'll check the quinoa to make sure it's cooking well. Into the kadai, I'll add roughly chopped garlic and onion and saute until onion becomes translucent. Next, I'll add the peas and saute for 3 to 4 minutes. Then I'll add the soaked almonds, broccoli stem and florets along with some salt and saute everything for another 3 to 4 minutes. Once it's cooked, I'll add hot water and let it simmer to 5 to 7 minutes until the broccoli is tender. Meanwhile, I'll prep the salad by chopping some vegetables like onion, tomato and capsicum. I also had some pineapple, so I'll add that too for a bit of sweetness into my salad. Now I'll take a pan and add some olive oil. Into that goes the garlic and sprouts, which I'll saute for 5 minutes.
Woman that I love.
Once the sprouts are cooked, I'll add the capsicum and pineapple as they'll take a bit longer to cook.
Because she has someone who makes her happy. I'm a ghost in these walls.
After 2 to 3 minutes, I'll add the boiled corn, onions and salt and cook everything for just 1 more minute.
Cause I hope that I'm not showing how I feel for her.
Then I'll add the chopped tomatoes, salt and pepper and mix everything well.
It's just the two of us.
Finally, I'll add the quinoa and lemon juice and the delicious quinoa salad is ready.
Try to let her go because she won't be mine. I listen when she talks, I watch her when she walks. She's giving me these feelings.
I'll also add some chili flakes as I like it a bit spicy, but you can adjust the seasoning to your liking. The soup mixture has cooled down, so I'll blend it in the mixing jar and strain it back into the same kadai.
I listen when she talks, I watch her when she walks. She's giving me these feelings that I've never felt before.
In the end, I'll adjust the consistency by adding some hot water or seasonings as per my preference.
Somebody else and I will have to let her go. She will never know, never know,
For plating, I'll sprinkle some pomegranate seeds on the salad
never know.
and add mixed seeds for some extra crunch.
It's like she stole my heart without knowing she did.
And in the soup, I'll add toasted bread and sprinkle some seasonings on the top. If you are on a fat loss journey or want to enjoy light meals, definitely try this wholesome meal. It's a must try. Make sure to make this broccoli soup at least once before the season ends because this is incredibly delicious. Hot salad and hot soup make for the ultimate comfort during winters. The kids ate their dinner and went to sleep early as they were too tired. And we had our dinner later.
She's giving me these feelings that I've never felt before. She will never know that
It was a weekend well spent because I enjoyed the perfect balance of work, fun, and a lot of family time. I hope you enjoyed watching this vlog, and if you did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more vlogs like this. You can also join me on Instagram for daily life updates, and I'll see you in the next vlog very soon.
Won't let